Greetings. Welcome to the live stream. Hello, everybody out there. It's a pleasure to have a session tonight. So I'm saying hello. Those who can, you are free to join in. Hello, everybody. Feel free to join in the live stream. Feel free to join in this wonderful time we are going to share together. So I say hello, everybody. Hello. It is always a pleasure and a privilege to be able to host a live stream, and this cannot be taken for granted because time is sometimes people get tied up doing other things, and when you happen to get the chance to come along and sit around and enjoy the live stream, that's the best ever time. So I'm really happy and thankful that today I've managed to get this time to host a live stream. So welcome everybody from all the corners of the universe, the corners of the world, the corners of the planet. Everybody is invited to join in the live stream. It is a time when we always share good things. We always share good ideas. We always share some information, which sometimes we forget some of the information which maybe we've acquired like some years back. So sometimes when people come together, that is a chance to like retrieve the information, and that is a time to just to share ideas. So we are really happy tonight to be able to host this live stream. Oh, lovely. We have Nicholas Lombard. Hello, Nicholas Lombard. Nicholas Lombard is here today, and he's asking what is happening. This is a live stream, Nicholas Lombard, and he's saying, Castellano no habo abias. I don't know what does it mean. Castellano. If you can translate in English, maybe I might understand it, because I didn't happen to master like Spanish, Portuguese, what else? Italian. I didn't have the chance to learn that, but I learned a little bit of French, and sometimes I do understand some of the French words. So you're welcome, Nicholas. Feel free to be in the live stream. And Nicholas Lombard is saying, K Inda Negra. Oh dear, I don't know what he's trying to say. The thing is, if you like utter in another language, I won't understand. I just know like English, and I know English, and the other languages I don't understand. So it's your discretion to it's upon your discretion, Nicholas, to to communicate in that language which I don't understand. I don't know whatever you're saying there. What are you trying to say? Hello, Betty. Betty is here. Hello, Betty. Lovely to have you back in the live stream, Betty. It's always nice to have you here. So I'm really happy you are here today, Betty. And feel welcome. Feel free to be in the live stream. So it's a beautiful day again today when we are trying to do the live streams and trying to invite friends to join in the live stream and trying to just have a chat together. So Betty, how was your day today? Today is Saturday, yeah. Today is Saturday, the 22nd of November. Oh, today the month is nearly over. So how was your day, Betty? Betty says, in the bed. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I know you might be busy because we are ahead of time and you are still maybe at work, which is fine. So we are really happy to have people joining in. Please, guys, do join in, do join in. That's the purpose of holding a live stream. You want people to join in and to participate in whatever is happening, or to listen in whatever is happening. You know, both activities are really welcome. Listening, attending, when you come, asking questions, or you can like air some sentiments, or you can give us maybe a story. You can do a storytelling, you know. Storytelling is also like really good, you know. So we are happy today. We have this chance again to come together and to host, to participate in a live stream. So I'm happy today. I'm happy today on a Saturday. I just can, you know, just introduce my day, how it was. I had a really good day today. The day was beautiful, and we woke up with the, you know, with the showers going on in the background. So it was raining throughout the day, non-stop showers, showers, showers. But there are those showers which are just like, you know, you just ignore them because they are just like, oh, it's just like light showers, and they cause no, you know, they don't disturb anyone. It's that if you want to go out, you just carry an umbrella, and if you want to go and catch the bus, you can catch the bus. If you want to drive a car, you can just go, because you can just run the wipers and everything is perfect, you know. So we are really happy because the weather is just stable. But I'm hearing in some places like Australia, there have been some strong winds, and in some places like up north, people like up north of in like England, there've been some snow, and you know, when snow falls, the youngsters really love snow. They will be like, you know, sliding, you know, sliding down the slopes. They love snow, you know, but we can't, you know. Yeah, they love snow, and they just because sometimes when snow falls so, heavily, usually they say, oh, they can stay home. So sometimes they love that sometimes, which is really something amazing. So we are happy today. It is a Saturday, and it's only like I said, it's only how many days? Oh, it's only like 7 days left, or 8 days left to go to the month ends. So the month of November is slowly coming to an end, and soon we are going to be in December. So December is really, I think it's one of the most active, active loaded. It's the most active loaded month, because we have holiday coming in December, and we have the celebrations of Christmas coming in December. So it's like activity loaded, you know, which we really like, you know. I think, you know, in my opinion, human beings love activity, you know, people love activity, and they love just like to go with the flow. When it's festive time, everyone is happy, everyone is expecting to just to be having a good time with friends and family. So that's why we love the festive season. Especially me, I love the festive season because it's time maybe to be with family and friends, and it's time to be just relaxing and having a good time, you know, a good time. So I'll continue to wait for more people to join in, join in, join in, join in, join in, join in, join in. And we have Arthur Redeal. Oh, Arthur Redeal. Arthur Redeal. Hello, Arthur Redeal. Arthur Redeal is saying, oh, no, not Disney. What do you mean by that, Arthur Redeal? If you can explain further, I can't understand what you are saying, so that I can also give a brief comment about it. After reading, saying, "Oh no, not Disney." What's happened with Disney? Disney, what is the problem with Disney? Huh? What is? Oh no, not Disney. I don't know what happens with Disney. Lucy, hello, Lucy Warren. Lucy Warren is here. Check out, people. Check out on Lucy Warren. Check out on on Betty. Hello, Lucy Warren. How are you? Lovely to have you in the live stream. Oh, you have been supporting quite greatly, which is awesome. Thank you for coming, Lucy Warren, and have a good time here and enjoy and relax, as the session goes on. Atta Ridir is saying, hope you are doing well. Yes, I'm doing fantastic. How are you? How are you, Atta? It is lovely to see you here, and feel free to tell us where you are connecting from, Atta, if you don't mind. Or you can tell us the city nearest where you live. Which is your city? Because if you tell us your city, then we know, oh, maybe you live near Madrid. What is it, Madrid? Atta says, oh, from UK. Wow, UK in the house. Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing. Thank you, Atta, for coming. And how is the weather where you are, Atta? I heard, this few days, the weather has just been like a bit, challenging. How is the weather where you are? Were you freezing, or were you in the like dancing in the snow? Some people do love snow. They love snow. When the snow is falling, they get, happy. People do love snow. So how was the weather where you are, Atta? And I've said here, the weather today, since morning up till now, it has just been drizzling, non-stop. And but I've just listened to the weather. They are saying it is going to to improve a bit. It's like the temperatures are going to maybe to increase with a degree or so. But today the temperature was around 5 degrees with the rain as well. So we are really happy today. We have, we have already people coming in with giving us some likes, which is really beautiful. As I said, I'm from Newcastle in the house. Wow, wow. And he's saying really cold here. Yeah, it's up north. It's really, I heard it was really like the temperatures were really plummeting, going down, down, down. But maybe in, like they said, the Met the Met office was saying maybe the temperatures are going to improve a little bit, and then we'll see what happens in the coming week. But otherwise, just keep warm. And the advice I can give you about keeping warm is that when you go out, just double your garments, just put maybe 2-3 garments, then you put on your overcoat. If you double the garments you wear in the inside, it helps to keep you warm. So don't just wear it I will just wear a t-shirt and a coat. Just try to double, or treble the inner garments. It will help you to keep warm. So that's the advice from Mary Z Easy Recipes. That's my advice. I also heard about it from someone that, if you want to keep warm when it's really cold, I know you have the jacket or the coat or the overcoat, but the trick is maybe you put in a lighter t-shirt inside and another t-shirt inside, and then maybe you put a jumper for the third one, and maybe then you put an overcoat. If you do that, you'll trap the warmth. You won't feel really cold. So that's a good idea. Even some people do when it's really cold, you can do a lighter legging, and then you do your trousers. It helps, unless you have just a thick, a fleece. Fleeces keep you warm. You can just do a fleece trousers or something, something thick to make you, feel warm. So we are really happy today. We are going to be having a discussion in a little while. But before we go to the main discussion for today, I just want to take just a brief moment to say thank you so much to my subscribers. I'm really happy and thankful and grateful, and I appreciate the subscribers who have taken the time to subscribe to the channel. The channel is Mary Z Easy Recipes, and in this channel I do like cooking, and I do videos on gardening, and I also do some shorts, and I do sometimes I post some playlists and some posts. So I'm really thankful to everyone who managed to subscribe to my channel. Arthur is saying, what are your favorite films, lovely? Oh, I just been watching a film, imagine. And this film was like on it was on like prime TV. Prime TV. And it's because I was just going in and out. It was really a good film. I watch any type of film as long as it's entertaining. I don't really have favorites in films, but the thing is with films, I I used to love to watch like horror films. It was long back, but there came a time when like, because I would watch the horror films maybe after, when I come back from work. And then usually when you come back from work, you do one or two things, and by the time you say, oh, let me relax and watch a film, then you say, oh, let me watch a horror film. So that it will be like late in the night. Maybe you start watching the film like, because I used to finish. You can imagine when you finish work like maybe 9:30, then 10 o'clock you are home sometimes, and then when you are home you do the nitty-gritties. Then you say, oh, it's a relaxing time, let me watch a film. Then maybe you might start watching the film like 11 p.m. Imagine, then it will be like near your bedtime. So the thing is, uh, um, I got like a bit of I got like a bit of like scared to watch the horror films like late night, because some of them were just like the real, like, very entertaining but a bit challenging. So nowadays I just watched like, what do I really watch? Like family films, or yeah, family movies, mostly. So that's it, Arthur. What about you, Arthur? Which films do you watch? Which ones? Arthur says, scare of horror films too. Hey, even me, I did it. I couldn't do them like late in the night. Yeah. So that's the reason I said, oh, let me just go to family movies, the usual ones, or the detective stories. I also like the detective stories, because I know that when the detective stories are going on, the result is positive. Whoever is being is being sought after in a film will be caught. So that's why I love detective films as well. And I like those films with it. They lived happily ever after. The happy ending films. Those ones I like them. So Betty is giving us some love and saying, just watching us. And Lucy is also still supporting us here, which is really beautiful. So it's very nice to air your sentiments like Arthur has done. Arthur has asked us about the films we like, which is awesome. And so today I want to talk about something special. It is really special. And wipe my glasses. It's really warm in this room I'm sitting here. I was complaining of cold in the morning, but now it's getting warm in this house I am. So my glasses easily get like misty. They get misty because of, I don't know, because of the warmth. So we are saying today we are looking at something. It's some water. Okay. Just adjusting the thing. So we are saying if anyone is free to express their favorite films, that's fine. Anyone free to express their hobbies, that would be fine. So I was saying sometimes people do make decisions, So you would wonder, oh, why I am talking about a decision. No, sometimes people make decisions, and some of these decisions are like, are like their lifeline. Like you make a decision which is, which is like positive to all of your lifetime. So decisions are really important sometimes. And when we are making decisions, or when our fellow human beings are making decisions, they give it a thought. Sometimes people like critically think and say, oh, should I go and maybe and buy a bicycle or a car, Then you critically think and say, oh, if I buy a bicycle, will it help me to get to work like every morning? Or if I buy a car, will I be able to sustain it, like to maintain it, something like that. So before we make decisions, we think critically, and also we use what is called emotional intelligence. Like, do you love the idea of having a bicycle? Do you love the idea of having a car? You put your emotions in your decisions. So besides like thinking critically, that, oh, a car will, like, if I have a car, I will just, I think my budget will allow me to budget for the fuel. And if I have this car, the car will be able to take me to the city to work. Or if I have this car, the car will be able to maybe to take the family to the school or to other workplaces. So that is critical thinking. And emotional thinking, emotional intelligence would be, oh, I would love to maybe to take my next of kin when they go on appointments. It's just you are now including emotions into the decision to buy a car. Then maybe you say, oh, if I have a car, I think I will be able to take my fiance to visit her parents. Or I'll be able to take my fiance. Maybe we can go on a cruise up north, like to like to the seaside, So your decision is now being controlled by emotions and critical thinking. So that's the reason why we make decisions. That's how we make decisions. We critically think, and we use our emotional intelligence to decide what to do. So now let's look at it. What is a decision? What is a decision? So a decision is a conclusion. You say, oh, I'm now going to buy the car. So that means you have decided. It's the conclusion. So after careful consideration or considering of the various factors, like we are talking about, we are giving an example of a car. Am I able to maintain the car? And where will be and am I able to pay all the, like the insurance and the road tax, and will I be able to take it for MOT, and to do the general servicing, all those you consider, So after all those considerations, also you need to consider, am I able, where I'm staying, is there enough parking? Because maybe your brother has a car, your mother has a car, your your sister has a car. So you need to consider everything. Am I going to find space to park the car? So those are the considerations we put in which we should, think about, and then we say, oh, I'm going to buy the car, because all the factors, are positive. So a decision is a conclusion, and it is about deciding about to do something, and it is like a judgment, a decision is like a judgment. And some people say a decision is like a resolution. So, oh, I'm finally going to settle in Sydney. You have decided. Oh, I'm finally going to settle in Sao Paulo. That's a decision. And it is also about choice. After thinking, after giving a thinking, like I've said already, thinking. So we have words which can describe decisions. A decision can be called a verdict, but we usually hear about verdicts when it comes to, what the judges do in the courts. The judges say, oh, they give a verdict, and people ask them, oh, what's the verdict about, about this like case, So the judge says you're given a decision, but when it comes to the law, it is like a verdict. It's called a verdict. Arthur says, some researchers suggest that emotional intelligence can be learned and strengthened. Do you agree? Oh, I think that's I think that's there's some great ideas in that one. I do agree. Yeah, I do agree, because it's like emotional. It will come, like emotions just come to you, like feelings, how you feel. So I think I agree to that statement. Hello, black people. Actually, the chosen one is here, and black people saying good afternoon and merry blessings to you. Welcome, black people, to the live stream. We are here and again on a Saturday night, just chatting and just having a good time together. So you are welcome and welcome to contribute whatever you can say. Hello, Yolanda Botha. Yolanda Botha is here as well. Welcome, Yolanda. You are welcome to be in the live stream and to say your sentiments, any questions. Or you can tell us where you are connecting from or the city next to where you live. And black people are saying, Betty. Hello, Betty. And black people are saying, good and many blessings to you, Betty. Betty C. Oh, that's lovely to greet one another. And Yolanda Botha is saying, I am Shane. Oh, that's your name. Yolanda is Shane. Oh, hi, Shane. Nice to have you here. And black people say, what is time then? What time is it here? It is, over here, it's 16 minutes past 8 in the night. How about there, Black? What is the time there at the moment? Yeah, because we have different time zones. Yeah, it's 16 past 8. 16 minutes past 8 in the night or evening. Oh, yeah, exactly. 3:16. It's a difference of 5 hours. Yeah, usually. Difference of 5 hours. And black people says 3:16 p.m. And here it's now, difference of 5 hours with most parts of the United States of America. So we are happy to be here today, and we are just, having a discussion about what a decision is, and how people come to make decisions. So we're saying a decision can be said to be a verdict, but usually people use verdict when they refer to what the judge usually says, after like a trial of a case They call it a case. And black people says, I'm sorry, I forgot that the UK is not just around the corner. All right, it's far away. You cross which ocean do you cross? I think you cross. Is it the? Oh, I'm not sure now. Which oceans do we cross to from the United Kingdom to go to America, to the United States of America? Do you know the ocean? Is it it should be, is it Pacific? Pacific? I don't know. Atlantic. Oh, it's Atlantic. Pacific is the other side. Black says it's the Atlantic Ocean. Oh yeah. I nearly was going to to forget that is the Atlantic Ocean. So black people say, I'm sorry, I forgot that the UK is not just around the corner. Yeah, it's miles and miles away. And black people say, yeah, we cross the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, it's far away. So, but imagine, although we are far apart each other, but we are communicating like you are just like sitting on this sofa, in this room. That's the amazing thing about technology. It has just brought the world together. We can speak to anybody, anywhere, at any time, because of the technology. So technology is awesome. It is awesome. So we continue to talk about decisions. Decision. When someone makes a decision, it's like a choice. The choice of, I'm going to, to have like a wedding with this lady here. So that's a choice. Someone makes a resolution. Maybe you're a business owner. The resolution, after you are discussing things with your, with members of your like enterprise, then say, our resolution today is that we are going to increase the imports, or we are going to increase the exports. So the resolution is we think we are going to use this type of like what do you call it, like those people who like the freight services. We are going to use this freight service, and those are like examples of like resolutions. They are like the final decisions you come up with, maybe as a company. Another resolution. We have resolved that. The other resolution is as a maybe as a club, like if maybe it's a sports club, you can say our resolution is that every Friday at like 4 p.m. every member, like every player should be at the practice, session. So that's the resolution. So it's just like a decision, These are just words to these are just words which stand for the word decision, And we also have a like determination, Determination, usually people use it. It's like also having a decision, like her determination was to become a doctor, and her determination was to explore the Amazon basin, his determination was to at least like sell or buy or sell like 3 cars, because he has a company to sell cars. Black people says, at Mary Z receives, the technology is truly amazing. That's it, Technology nowadays is amazing. The other day I was talking about robots. I saw robots at the airport and they really amazed me. They were just like hovering the floor, and maybe they were being remote controlled somewhere. But the robots were just cleaning, like hovering the floor to make the airport look clean all the time, which I really liked, And we have a new guest in the house. That's the cable company. Hello, the cable company. And the cable company is done the 70 like. Thank you so much, cable company. And cable company says liked up. 7th, Mary Z. So please check on the cable company as well. Check on the black people. Check on the Betty C. Check on I'm just checking the people with Lucy Warren's World and the others who are in this and Arthur I think he has a channel as well. Arthur real deal. So let's check on each other so that we grow. We want to grow because our our resolution is to grow. When you grow on YouTube, you become like, I don't know, you have like a billion, million. You can have billion. Because some of, I think, isn't there a YouTuber with billion supporters? I mean subscribers. I think they are there. I'll check here. But I know some of them have millions of subscribers. So that's the the aim of everybody of us. All of us, we are going to have millions of subscribers, which will be an amazing world. So we are saying a decision is a verdict, it's a choice, it's a resolution. A decision is a determination. Oh, they have to be doing this. And also, some people say a decision can be a conclusion. What's your conclusion on this matter? Maybe it's a family discussion you are having. Then maybe the father or the mother or the sister say, in conclusion, we think we should send Peter to Oxford University, although he has been offered a place again in Cambridge University. So in conclusion, we have agreed that, let him go to Oxford. Or you can say, let him go to Cambridge. Something like that. In conclusion. So it's just like you are giving the final decision. Final decision. Decisions are important in our lives. And people have decided to do, various things like personal decisions, decisions pertaining to family affairs, decisions pertaining to business, decisions pertaining to, maybe the higher authorities make decisions as well for the people, and decisions pertaining to what else? Even to like like lifestyle decisions. Which are the lifestyle decisions? People can decide to have a particular diet. People can decide to wear to wear certain type of clothes. People can decide to what else? A diet, to choose where they want to live. People can decide to just like visit particular shops. There are some shops, even me, when I go to my town, there are some shops I've never set my foot into them because I decided, this shop, I don't know, it's not my shop, I don't want to go there. So I decide to go in certain shops. So decisions are varied. They are everywhere. And some people decided, I just want to have a YouTube channel. And some people said, I will just do maybe another platform. So those are decisions. And we respect all the decisions. And we respect people's choices. And it is very important to respect anyone's choice, because we human beings, we are unique. We have different thinking processes, and when we make our choices, we expect people to respect our choices. So we should also respect other people's choices. That's how it is. So every choice is valid. It's important. So I was saying, there are some among these decisions, like, I have decided to go and maybe buy some vegetables at the market. That decision is just like, we can say, it's not like very important. It's not an important decision. But there are other decisions which are like very important. Like we call them critical decisions. Critical decisions like, I've chosen to go to to this college so that I train as a dentist. So that's a career decision. It is a critical decision because it will be with you like most of your lifetime, So critical decisions are very important decisions. And even marriage, when you decide to say, oh, I'm going to get married to maybe to Irene, you know, maybe that's a critical decision because you'll be with her. It's like normally you need to spend a lifetime with Irene. So that's a critical decision to make. And when you decide that, oh, I think I'm going to live in in maybe in Missouri, So if you decide your residence, oh, I need to go and live in Missouri, or I need to go and live in like Kingston, So Kingston in Jamaica. So I'm just giving as examples. So choice for your residence is also a critical decision because when you choose to live in a place, of course you consider many factors. So that's why it's called a critical decision. And many other business ventures, like you say, oh, I need to open a company, and when I open this company, I'll be selling teddies, like teddy bears only. And that's a critical decision because you have maybe explored this selling of teddy bears, and you have found that it is like viable business. So choosing to maybe rent a shop, a building, and start selling teddy bears, you have made a critical decision. So business ventures, also when you make resolutions in business, those are critical decisions. Or you can say, oh, I want to start like, people love to be like real estate. Oh, that one many people, they love to have that as business, real estate, So if you decide to be, to have that enterprise, it's assumed that you have given it a critical thinking, Then you say, oh, I want to be a real estate. Oh, I want to, what other business? Big enterprises. Like, like when Jeff Bezos decided to do the Amazon thing, he obviously put like, he exercised the critical thinking of how he was going to go about this business because it's a huge enterprise, So obviously there was critical thinking, and I don't think he put much of emotional intelligence. I think mostly it was like critical. What's the strategy? Having the warehouses, and then having what else do they do there? The packing and the storage and the transportation of goods. If I order something, like within a few hours, it's here at my doorstep. So at my doorstep. So it involves critical thinking. The decision in that business, or if you imagine it, the decisions are really awesome. So that's critical thinking, critical decisions. And even like family matters, we talked about marriage and what else? Maybe critical thinking, maybe marriage, and what else? And where to live. You need to think critically. But there are other there are other decisions which are like general decisions, like lifestyle decisions. I've already given some of the examples, like your dress code. If you want to wear like, you just want to wear track bottoms and the jumpers, that's your decision. These are lifestyle. If you want to wear like trainers and you don't want to wear like the other kind of shoes, that's your decision. If you want to wear, for example, ladies, and some of them like to have like their hair done, like braiding. That's their decision. It's a lifestyle. And some people love makeup. That's their decision, and they feel happy when they wear makeup. So those are lifestyle decisions. Which are the decisions there are many decisions. Some people decide, oh, I want to have this diet. Oh, I want to go to the gym. Oh, I want to hike. Oh, I want to swim. Oh, I want to ride, cycle, to do cycling. Oh, I never want to cook. I have a family member who doesn't like the cooking. So what he does is he just orders, his meals online, you know. And some people will say, oh, I want to, when holiday comes, like December comes, I I always want to go overseas, People do that. That's the lifestyle decisions, and we should always respect their lifestyle decisions. If someone likes to do like Ubering their food, you know, Uber, it's fine. Let them do it. That's their decision because they're adults, and it's choice. So we always should respect lifestyle decisions. Yeah, that's how I feel. That we respect their lifestyle decisions. For example, if someone likes to go to a place of worship, yeah, they go, and that's their decision. And some people like to worship in their houses. Some like to go to places of worship. Yeah, it's their decisions. So, and the other very, very important decision is the decisions which are made for us by the authorities. Those we really should respect those decisions because they are there to make decisions for us. So the reason why I have introduced this topic on decisions, it's because of a very interesting story which I read in one of the books, and this story is about the story of the teddy bear. We have seen. I've visited many shops in town. If you go into the cities, you find people. There are some particular shops they just sell teddy bears of various colors, and usually the young members of families love teddy bears. Even everyone, like it depends. Even some like grown-ups love teddy bears, and some people do buy the teddy bears for their pets. It is like a widespread enterprise of teddy bears. And the teddy bears come in different sizes. Some are like tiny, some are average size, and some are massive, large ones. So we need to know, and I know maybe most people know the story, but it's just a refresher. Oh, that's the best word I was looking for. So today we are going to have a refresher of the story of the teddy bear. A refresher of the story of the teddy bear. So what's this story all about? The story of the teddy bear goes like this. Around 1902, that's the year, yeah. Around 1902, President Theodore Roosevelt was the president of the United States of America. So this was in 1902, around that time. So President Roosevelt, like what most of anyone, because presidents are just like us. They are humans. They also do various activities which we do. Presidents can go to do they can play tennis if they want. They can go hunting if they want. They can play golf if they want. Just like us, even me. If I want to go and play golf, I can go because there are like golf clubs all over the cities. And if I wanted maybe to go hunting, I can just Google on the online and find, oh, where are the those guys who do hunting, because they are there. They are hunting clubs as well. And yeah, and the presidents or the authorities or those in higher positions also do the activities. They hunt, they play golf, they go like on holiday, and they can even do like what else? Any sport, they can do that. They can ride horses if they want. It is their choice. So like every human being has a choice. So let's go back to President Roosevelt of the United States of America. He was called President Theodore Roosevelt. So it was in 1902. He went on a trip, a hunting trip. So this time it was not like going on like doing like horse riding or what. This was specifically a hunting trip. And they say, the story goes on to say, the president went on a hunting trip. And of course, when he went on that hunting trip, of course he has the aides with him, the people who help him and so on. Like it's always the norm. And he had his aides, the helpers. That's what I mean, the aides. And it was like a group of them going out hunting. And where did they go hunting? The story says they went hunting along the Mississippi. We know Mississippi. That's the longest river in America. So they were like towards, like along the banks of the Mississippi, around the forests there. So they went hunting, which was like they usually did this hunting. It was not like the first time. So as they were hunting, they had some dogs with them. They had some dogs with them. So in this forest, there were some bears. Some bears, the wild, and the wild animals, which bears look like. What do they look like? They look like dogs. I think they have a similarity with dogs, if I'm not mistaken. So they were hunting, and then in that forest, it was known to have some bears. And of course, they wouldn't hunt without the dogs. They went with the dogs to hunt. So as they were hunting, of course, the dogs would do their. The dogs love. The dogs, they always love to please the masters. When the dogs are hunting, they do it with passion. The dogs hunt with passion. I mean those strong dogs. But there are some dogs who are like afraid of hunting. But the other ones, maybe they would have trained them. They hunt with passion. So the dogs were hunting with passion and so on. And then all of a sudden, a bear came into their, a bear came out. And then the dogs, of course, ran after the bear, and the bear maybe was outnumbered, and then they find the dogs maybe were nearly like they caught the bear, and the bear was sort of like weakened. So what happened is that the aides, I mean the people accompanying the president Theodore Roosevelt, they took the bear, and it was like sort of injured, and they took the bear and tied it on a tree. So when they tied it on a tree, they thought they were good and amazed. They thought that decision was the best ever. Oh, we got the bear. Then they say, oh, President Roosevelt, see, we have just got this bear. The dog ran after it, and we managed to capture the bear. So they tied this bear, around a big tree. And then And then they said, "Oh, President, we have caught the bear. Look, we were just, they were busy tying it, like tying it. Imagine they are tying the bear, because it's now weekend. It's like injured. So they were tying it around the tree, a big tree. And then they said, "Oh, President, come over. We have caught the bear. Look, we are just tying it for you here." And they were saying to the president, "Oh, President, it's now your time to to shoot it, and then so that it gets unalived. So they wanted the president to shoot the bear so that the bear gets unalived. So President Roosevelt, when he saw this bear, I think he just eyed the bear, and maybe he saw the scare, like when an animal is scared. Maybe he just eyed this bear and saw how scared the bear was. And then President Roosevelt said, "No, I'm not going to shoot the bear." President Roosevelt refused to shoot the bear. Because the bear was injured, and he didn't want to cause more harm, on the bear. So he said the answer to this, the reason why he refused, he said, "I cannot shoot an injured bear because it is already succumbed to injury. And if I shoot this bear, it is a sign of it is unsportsmanlike to shoot an injured bear." So the bear, of course, he didn't shoot the bear. And then, of course, these aides were really surprised to hear the president saying that he cannot shoot the bear because it was unsportsmanlike. So that's why today I had to introduce this story of the bear by the word decision. So the president made a decision that he was not going to shoot the bear. So you see, that's the importance of decisions. Some decisions will go a long way. And imagine, up till now, because of that decision which the president made, that he was not going to shoot the bear, then up till now, we have these lovely teddies, which, it's because of that story. We now have the lovely teddies, which families enjoy, which everyone enjoys, So the president didn't shoot the bear. And because the president showed mercy on the bear, he was merciful to the bear. Then through showing mercy to the bear, like of course, the nation who heard about the story, and they said that someone in a place called Brooklyn, in the United States of America, also heard this story, and the person then drew a cartoon, like what the newspaper people usually love to do. The people who do cartoons. So there was a man called Berryman. He drew a cartoon showing President Roosevelt showing mercy to the bear. So maybe he sketched a bear, and maybe he sketched President Roosevelt by the side of the bear, and just not, like showing mercy to the bear. So that cartoon was seen by, the citizens, and then, like, simultaneously, a man called Maurice Mycomb then went on to start, the business. He molded, or he made a stuffed bear, and then that's when the bears, started to be sold. Like this one I have here. The bears, like this one. He stuffed a bear, and then the bears started to be, popular, and people started buying the bears. So it's because of the story of the President Roosevelt showing mercy to an injured bear, and then a cartoon was made for the newspapers, and then someone, then started, from the cartoon, someone, started making these stuffed bears. And hence the name. The name of this bear is Teddy Bear. Why Teddy Bear? Because they said that Teddy was like one of the names of the president, a sort of a name. So he was also called Teddy. President Roosevelt, other, it's like a nickname, the names. People have various names. So because of President Roosevelt, the name Teddy Bear came into use. And the first teddy bears were made by a man in the United States of America, in Brooklyn, called Morris Mycomb. And the man who drew the cartoon was called Berryman. And then Morris Mycomb created a stuffed bear and named it Teddy Bear. Just it's not like this one. These are the modern ones. But the man called Morris Mycomb was the first one to then take the picture from the cartoon, which was drawn by Berryman, and then Morris started to make a teddy bear like this one, a stuffed teddy bear, and named it Teddy Bear. So that's where the name Teddy Bear came from. It is a name which came from President Roosevelt of the United States of America. So that's the story. So, in conjunction to that, like in the same year, in 1902, in Germany, some family members of the Stieff family, they also started making these teddy bears, So teddy bears, became very popular from that time, from 1902 up till now. People still love teddy bears, So the Stieff family, their names were Margaret and Richard. Richard Stieff. They made the first jointed. So the German ones were like jointed. They had some joints, like here they would make some joints. Not like this one. This one doesn't have joints, So there are some with some joints, like they are separated on the limbs here. They have joints. So these were first made in Germany. So they were made in Germany. And but we give tribute to President Roosevelt for giving mercy to the teddy bear, to the bear, not to the teddy bear, to the bear. And thereafter, one of the citizens drew a cartoon, and then someone who had like thoughts of being a real business enterprise, a businessman, started to stuff some teddy bears, and then they went on to sell. So hence the business of the teddy bears. So I have mine here, this one. This one I'm holding here. It has a label. It is called a Commonwealth. This one is called a Commonwealth bear. It is written Commonwealth. It's really pretty, Look at it. It is really nice. So this is a Commonwealth bear. It's massive. It's like it's like nearly a meter tall, this one. It's like a meter tall. And up till now, teddy bears really make an impact into the business industry. The cable company is saying something. Oh, yeah, no. So the teddy bears are really part of our industry. They bring lots of money. Even during this festive season, some people would buy teddy bears for their family members as Christmas presents. Now we need to look at. So we have our teddy bear here. Yeah, that's our teddy bear. Now we need to look at why do we need teddy bears? Now we're looking at the modern people. The modern people nowadays, people still have teddy bears. Some people put teddy bears in their cars. Some people like little ones. I have little ones. I've seen people hanging teddy bears in their cars. This one is like a dog. But this one is they call it a unicorn. This one, because of this thing here. Yeah, some people love these ones, these little ones. The unicorn. It's really pretty. Yeah, it's really pretty. So it's another type of bear, of stuffed toys, stuffed toys. The unicorn. So, so I'm saying some people hang teddy bears in their cars. Some people put them when they make their beds. They just put them on their beds. Some people put them on their chairs. Some people put them on their windows. People still love the teddy bears. They love them. They really love them. And let's look at the reasons why. Why do people like, or why do individuals, whether young or old, whether young ones or old ones, or adults, or I can say whether adults or youngsters, why do they like teddy bears? Sometimes individuals feel like secure when they cuddle a teddy bear. They feel secure. They cuddle the teddy bears. Is like showing like some security. And sometimes people like to have them as comfort. As comfort. And some people claim that teddy bears also help just to cheer them up, as a way of relieving them from stressful situations. They love to cuddle the teddy bears. And some people, they feel that if they have a teddy bear, it's like they give them sort of emotional bond. And some people believe that they feel comfort, and they feel love and safety when they cuddle a teddy bear. These are just like emotional beliefs. And some people believe that a teddy bear, it's not just a toy. It is something to help them feel the comfort and to help them feel like the bond, emotional bond. So that's why up till now people do love teddy bears. Look at this massive one, the conference one. It's really big. It's really big. And some people give the little teddies to their pets. And the pets also love them. They love the teddies as well. And I've said various shapes of teddy bears. There are various shapes of teddy bears. Do you know what? Some of the teddy bears also can be collectibles, like if you happen to get the vintage ones, like the old teddy bears, they can be collectible ones. And by collectible, we mean they can be of some value, like monetary value, and they can, some of them have been sold on various auctions because, uh, especially if you happen to have like those ones around 1902 when they were first made, they can give you a little bit of like money. And the teddy bears can be sold on various auction floors. You can sell them on various auction floors if they are valuable. If they are valuable. So I just want to show you some of the teddy bears I have. Besides, this one is the biggest one. It's called the Commonwealth Teddy. It's really pretty. Look at it. It is really awesome. It has, I want to show you all the teddies I have. So this big one, I said, is the Commonwealth Teddy. It has a, it is really beautiful. It has this bow here. It is green in color. This bow is green in color, and it is really fluffy. Look at the eyes. It is really fluffy. Yeah, this teddy bear. And the legs are massive as well. So this is this is the teddy bear number one, and this is the most this is the most loved one. This one. Yeah, this one. It is really cuddly. When it is like, it is really cuddly, and look at the eyes and the ears. Very nice. Commonwealth teddy. This one. Let me show you the other ones. I have several. Some of them are unicorns. They are not like teddies. So we can put the big one here. So we can. So this one is the big one. So let me show you. We have this one. This one. It's a white one. It's about 50 centimeters in height. It's a white one. But I think this one is, you can buy this when you have like Valentine. This one. It is white. I haven't read the label. I don't know which product it is. So this is another teddy. Very nice white. So let me show you the other ones. You can keep this one here. Then we have this one is a unicorn, the pink one. It's not that big. It's about 40 centimeters, I think, or 30 centimeters. This is a unicorn. This one. Then we have this one, which looks like a little maybe chihuahua. This one, it's a small one. I have another one here. So okay, and then let me just put this one, the favorite one here. So I've shown you 4 of them. We still have another one. Oh, this one is also beautiful. It's another teddy. This one. It's about 30 centimeters. This one. It's really nice. This one. So it's brown in color, and it has a bow. There's this bow here. That's another teddy. Let me get another one. So we have 5 now, 5 teddies. Let's get another one. This one is like a unicorn as well. This pink uh, paws, pink paws. But it has this thing, they call it a unicorn. But it's a stuffed one as well. All these are stuffed, like teddies. We have another one. Look at this one. It is like a bunny. It looks like a bunny. This one is a bunny teddy bear. A bunny. Look at it. It's a bunny. Pink one. Amazing. Amazing crafts. Is what I like about the teddy bears is because the crafts are really amazing. And and the story of the president is amazing as well. So this is another one. We do have another one. This one is like a unicorn. This one. It's pretty. It has a ball here on the side. It has a ball on the side. And it is like a unicorn. Yeah, it is like a unicorn. The bunny one is also nice. So we have how many? 3, 8 of them. There are 8 of them. This is the bunny one. So this one is the one I said is like a Valentine one. This one is a Valentine one. And this one is a unicorn one. This one is a unicorn one. And this one is a doggy one. One is like a doggy one. And the unicorn one. These two are the favorite ones. The big one, this one, and then this one. These two. The brown one. It's really nice. This one. And then the brown one. The cream one. The big one. So when you have your teddy bears in the house, I think the best thing, what I do, because sometimes if they are not like in use, you are not using them, you can just wrap them up in to keep away the dust from making them dirty. You can always like put them in plastics, and if you are not like displaying them, so that they remain dust free. Yeah, so that they remain dust free. These ones I keep them in plastic, so that they remain dust free. That's what I do. And sometimes I do give to family members to play with them. if they want to, because it seems sometimes the family members, they do like to play with the tablets. Nowadays everyone, even the youngsters, they are all into technology. But these are really like good toys to have. Like I said, they are cuddly companions. Yeah, you can just cuddle them. They are cuddly companions, and they give you comfort. If you get used to them, you really love them. They give you comfort, like this big one. They give you comfort, and it's like they help you to fight stress. It's believed that they help you to, they might help to fight a bit of stress from you, and they might help to just feel that emotional bond. They provide this. They are believed to provide. These are beliefs. We can't say the teddy bear can help you to fight away stress. It's just belief. Belief. They are believed to help you to combat stress. They are believed to make you feel like comfort, safe, and love. And they just bring that comfort and like innocence too. That's why. But most youngsters, they like them. They like them. They like the teddies. They do like them. So we should always remember that sometimes the decisions which people make bring an impact to people's lives. So imagine nowadays, imagine even since the 1900s up to now, if you can imagine the business enterprise in selling teddy bears, in manufacturing teddy bears, and how much like revenue has come from the teddy bear industry. It involves lots of like income from the teddy bear industry. So it's all came from a decision. What was the decision? The decision not to shoot the bear. But of course, in the story they say that eventually, they had to cull the bear. It was just to relieve it of pain. So that is what happened. So the story of President Roosevelt in 1902 brought about the teddy bear. And we can ask ourselves, in our lifetimes, what decisions have we made which have like impacted maybe the lives of other people? Because every day human beings are making decisions. So it is like a great idea to just explore some of the decisions maybe you have made or other people have made, which has impacted the lives of other people. There are loads of decisions which people have made and which are really positive to our lives. Yeah, loads of decisions. We can look at like everything we have, like most of the um, gadgets we have, the services we have, and even the fashion enterprise we have, the cars which we have, is through someone making a critical decision or someone making a decision, so that we end up having the various gadgets and the various services which we have. So we have decisions made, like, for example, when you think of a large scale, like the teddy bear industry, it's a large scale, it's a large scale industry. And it's nearly all the products, most of the products which people nowadays manufacture, it's through someone's decision. Yeah, it's through someone's decision. Oh, hello. We have Scully Pop saying Mary, and Scully Pop is saying good evening, and Scully Pop is saying hello cable company, and Scully Pop is saying thumbs up. Wow, thank you, Scully Pop. Thanks for coming. And today we're just chatting about the origins of the teddy bear. So how was your day, Scully Pop? How was your day? I hope you had a wonderful day. How was your day? So the other thing about this story of the teddy bear is basically to Scully Bob says it's going okay, but will get better as the day goes on. Oh yes, because when evening comes, that's the time people mostly have a relaxing time in the evenings, and that's the time you enjoy your dinner. And what else? Yeah, evening time is always nice. Usually it is good time. So we are saying, when people make decisions, some of the decisions are an impact to our lives, and we get this idea from the story of the teddy bear. We get this idea from the story of the teddy bear. So it's linked to the decisions we make, because the president, Roosevelt, made a decision not to unalive the bear. Yeah, so that was the decision. Scully Bob says it's going okay. Okay, I read that one. Scully Bob says, who started the teddy bear? Oh, I can quickly give you a roundup of the story. I can say it like a billion times, because it's a beautiful story. And when I read about it, I just fell for it. I fell in love with the story. And that's why I said, oh, let me just come up and talk about the story of the teddy bear. Scully Pop and other people just joined in. What happened is that there was a president of the United States called President Theodore Roosevelt, and he was president around the 1902. So in that year, in 1902, that's when this story of the teddy bear began. So, like any other presidents or any other, like even me or any one of us, we have some hobbies which we love to do. So, President Roosevelt, had this hobby of going to, well, of hunting, So he used to love hunting. So on this particular day, President Roosevelt, with his aides, the aides, the attendees, and the sort of like bodyguards, they went on a hunting trip. And they went on a hunting trip along the Mississippi. That's what the story says. So the story says he went on a hunting trip with with his aides along the Mississippi. So as they went hunting, they were using dogs as well. So they captured a bear. The dog and the aides captured a bear. So when this bear was captured, it was sort of like injured. The bear was sort of injured, and then the aides, the crew, the crew members, they took the bear and they tied the bear around a tree. So after they tied the bear around a tree, they called the President Roosevelt and said, "Oh, President, see this bear which we have just, captured. Now it's your turn as the president to shoot, to shoot the bear." And they said the bear was like black in color, So they asked the president to take the privilege. They thought it was a privilege to aim at the bear. And this bear was injured. The bear was tied round a tree. But the aides or the crew members were surprised with the response of President Roosevelt. President Roosevelt refused to shoot the bear, He refused to shoot the bear. And the aides thought, oh, they were doing a good service to the president. They wanted the president to receive the honor, like to receive the praise that he is like aimed at the bear, You know what they do, like when they go on, what is that called? When they go hunting, So they wanted the president to receive the honor of like aiming at this injured bear. So President Roosevelt refused. So that's when the story began. President Roosevelt refused to aim at the bear, at the injured bear. He said to the aides, "I'm not going, He said he was not going to shoot at the bear. And he said, shooting at an injured bear is not it's not like it's not like sportsmanlike, in his words. He said it's not like sportsmanlike. It's unsportsman, When something is unsportsman, it's like you are performing an act which doesn't guarantee the respect. So in his heart, the president felt that emotion that, oh, if I shoot this like the bear which is already injured, it doesn't show that I have like compassion, So he was trying to teach the aides and the other people that at times We need to show compassion, So the president said it was unsportsman, and he refused to aim at the bear. So that's the story. The president showed empathy. The president showed compassion to the bear, although he had gone on a mission to do the hunting. But after seeing the injured bear, he said no, he wasn't going to aim at the bear. So when they went back, like after the hunting, and people heard about this story, the newspapers, of course, the newspapers will always be there. They always follow they are always following, the news crew and so on. So they were now aware of this story, and one of the maybe newspaper staff drew a cartoon, and in this cartoon, it was showing President Roosevelt, showing his mercy to the bear. President was showing mercy to the bear, and this cartoon became very popular, and many people in that time, they saw this cartoon in the newspaper, and then it opened doors to someone in Brooklyn. And the person who drew the cartoon was called Barrymore. The cartoon was drawn by a cartoonist called Barrymore, showing President Roosevelt, and the bear, and the black bear. So, because the newspapers, we know they are like public, they are like on the public domain. So many people saw this cartoon. And it also got to the eyes of someone called Maurice Mycomb. So Maurice Mycomb saw this cartoon in the newspaper, and then he, because some people are really innovative, So this story has lots of like good like ideas from this story. Imagine, from a decision, and now we go to an artist drawing a cartoon of the bear and the president, and we also now we are going on to someone called Maurice Mycomb, filled with innovation, so there is decision making, artistic, talents, and then innovation. So this innovation, we get it from Maurice Mycomb. So Maurice Mycomb said, people are loving this cartoon of President Roosevelt, wanting to aim at the bear. So Maurice Mycomb decided that, some people are clever. They are, it's like when something is happening, some people use the situations to create like business ideas. So Maurice Mycomb had this a flash of ideas, and he said, why can't I try to make a toy from this cartoon? So Maurice Mycomb made a stuffed bear, like this. It's not like this, but it's just as an example. So Maurice Mycomb made the first bear. So this bear, which Maurice Mycomb became known as the Ted Bear, because Teddy was the nickname for President Roosevelt. It was just another name for him. They used to know him as Teddy. So hence now we have the teddy bear, first made by a man called Maurice Mycomb. And Maurice Mycomb lived in Brooklyn, and he stuffed the first teddy bear. So Now, at the same time in Germany, it's like it was like simultaneously. Some people also maybe heard about this idea of the teddy bear, and they heard about this teddy bear from America. Then some people in Germany, another like innovation. A family of like a person called Richard Steff and Margaret Steff, around that year in 1902, they also made the first jointed bear, because these ones are not jointed. This one has no joint. But if you see the German one, the ones which are called the stiff ones, they have joints like this joint here, like the elbow joint. They have elbows and so on. So that family went into like enterprise, and they started the Steph family. They started to make their own type of teddy bears, and their teddy bears had some joints. It's really interesting. And when I heard this story, I started like just to emulate the teddy bear industry, because it has come a long way. From 1902, imagine, it is a long way. So the Steph family in Germany, started making the teddy bears as well. And theirs had joints. So now the teddy bears are known all over the world. If you go to North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, what else? Asia. Which one have I left? Asia, Europe, and I think I've named all the continents. People know the teddy bears, and people just said, "Oh, can you buy me a teddy bear?" But not knowing where it all began. These things have somewhere where they begin. So sometimes it is really interesting and it is really amazing to discover the beginning of things. Where did it begin? We should always try to find out. We should always try to find out. And black people is saying, no, Scully says, Roosevelt means field of roses in Dutch. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, that's why. That man was really, imagine just saving a bear, and then this has grown into an unimaginable industry. Imagine even Mary Z has a teddy bear. This one is a Commonwealth one. It's called a Commonwealth teddy bear. Imagine. So we give tribute to President Theodore Roosevelt. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the surname properly. President Theodore Roosevelt. So sometimes my other notion is that sometimes we need to find out where it all began. When we see items in our midst, or when we visit shops and we see gadgets, we must also try to ask ourselves, where did it all begin? We need to try and find out, so that we appreciate, the hands which are always, which are always working on these things, and the hands which worked on these things which we so dearly love, like the teddy bears. I would have never, known that there's a story behind the teddy bears, So finding out about these stories is really a good idea, and it is just like exciting, to know about where it all began. Where did this all begin? Everything has a beginning, if you can imagine, if you can imagine. So Scully Pop is given us a very good contribution. He says, Roosevelt means field of roses in Dutch. All right. And Scully Pop says, you know more about American history than I do. It's because Scully Pop, it's because your country is a massive country. So it just sometimes it just gives us interest in finding out about it, No, like information is just good, If you find a book about a certain, oh, this book is about maybe President Roosevelt. Let me see what he was up to. Then you just, maybe you can just read the introduction of that book. That's what sometimes I do. If I see a book, maybe I'll just go on the introduction and then I have an idea of what they are talking about in the book. So you can do that as well, So because America is a big country, and like there's lots of like innovation and so on in America, so sometimes we get interest and we just say, oh, let us just find out. Like the other day, I found out about, about the Halloween. I think I read about the Halloween, and I was just sharing about where it all began. So everything we need to find out, where did it all begin, and it makes our life, information just make us happy. We love info. I love information, and I know everybody loves information. So that's the story of the teddy bear. Amazing. And imagine if you can, like, uh, imagine how many teddy bears, have been sold worldwide. They are like uncountable, they're uncountable. So from a decision, just a small decision, you know, it's just, like you would think it's a pet decision. When something's pet decision is something which is like, oh, it's just a decision. It's just like not important. People would have thought, oh, maybe when they first saw the cartoon of the bear and President Roosevelt, maybe some people just thought, it's just a bear. Oh, why didn't he just, aim at it, some people maybe might have that impression, not knowing that that is a thing which seems to be little decision or of not of much importance. It is, it grow a business, an enterprise, which is really amazing. And which is really amazing. The cable company is saying, we learn together. Yes, I know the cable company is always giving us exciting information. And I really love to watch, the cable company as well. And, he gives such information about the United States of America, which is amazing. So Scully Pop had said, that's a great story. And so remember, next time when we make our decisions, we should know that we should try to to say, oh, this decision is, I think it's important, and maybe you can even have to focus its impact of your decisions. Because you can always focus, like, for example, I gave an example of maybe you are deciding that if your family member has done well at school, and the family member has two choices of universities to attend, and maybe the family member has an offer at Harvard University, or maybe the family member has an offer at Cambridge University or Oxford University, then you come into a caucus with the other family members, and then we just say, oh, then which one can we have Peter go, which university can Peter go to, to do his maybe doctorate degree? Then you come into a caucus, and then you put everything into perspective, like, oh, what's the advantages of this one? What's the downfall of this one? But, we just assume that, for example, me, I assume that, like Oxford, Cambridge, and Harvard, I just assume that they have no downfalls, because they are the best of the best. So you will finally come to a decision. Oh, I think we can. I think he can go to maybe Cambridge University. Just an example. So then you will have a perspective. You start having some, like you're building castles in the air, like you are just imagining that after he finishes that degree in medicine, oh, you just start imagining him. Maybe he's working in a like a stroke, like he's working in a stroke ward, helping the patients there. You just start to have like imagination. So when we make decisions, we usually, our brains start to imagine, stuff. We start to imagine, oh, like if you make a decision to buy a car, maybe you have never bought a car and it's your first time to make a decision to buy a car. You start having some sort of, what can I call them? Some sort of imagination of how you're going to be driving this car. And sometimes maybe as you are imagining this new car, sometimes you might think, oh, maybe I'll have problems with parallel parking, because that's the one people always talk about. Oh, maybe I'll have problem with maybe like starting the car, because maybe you are a newly qualified driver. So you start having those imaginations. Yeah. So the reason why I'm talking about imaginations is that sometimes the decisions we make, they can end up being like huge enterprises. They can lead to huge enterprises, like the Steffi bear and the teddy bear. They became huge enterprises just because someone made a decision not to inflict further harm to a bear. So that's the beauty of decisions. So I was saying, so whenever you see teddy bears, you know where they came from, know the story. You should know the story. It's an amazing story, and that story is, I've said it, as in my opinion, the story is about decision making. The story is about the impact of the decision, and the story is about like it also leads to innovation, and it also leads to like manufacturing of the teddies, and it also leads to people getting employment, people earning a living, and the country getting revenue from the enterprise of teddy bears. So I found it really amazing. So earlier on I said people love teddy bears, and some people don't mind them, but there are some people who really love them. They love teddy bears. They put them in their cars. I see some little teddy bears dangling in cars sometimes. I see teddy bears on people's beds. I see teddy bears like being placed all over the house. Yeah, I remember I visited a certain friend a time ago. I was amazed at the number of teddy bears she had. She had teddy bears like all like in the living room. Every corner there was a teddy bear. So some people do love them, and they just love to see them like in corners of their living rooms, in their bedrooms, and so on. And the other aspect we need to know is that if you happen to be a collector of teddy bears, you might be lucky I always loved collecting. I always like to talk about collecting. Unfortunately, the teddy bears I have here, they are not collectibles. They're just like ornamental, they are not collectibles. So I wish I would get a collectible teddy bear. And if you happen to get a collectible teddy bear, you can be lucky because some of them can be sold at auctions on a very good price. So there are auctions out there in the public domain. You can always like search on in the public domain, and you can always find names of auction floors. They call them auction floors. And if you are interested in like looking for maybe you can get a valuable one, a collectible teddy bear. So you can buy them, from these auction floors. And then when you buy it, you might say, oh, let me just maybe keep it for another time. Because sometimes collectibles do do like become more and more valuable as the years go by. They become more and more valuable. So the choice is upon anyone who likes to look for collectibles like teddy bears. And if you are lucky that you can find out from like evaluators, are they called evaluators? They will tell you if your teddy bear is like a collectible one. And if it is a collectible one, you can then sell it. You can sell it. But this one of mine, it is not a collectible one. It is just an ornamental one, because it is called a Commonwealth. I don't know why they called, and maybe it's the company, I don't know. They call it a Commonwealth teddy bear. This one. It's really nice. Yeah. It's big. It's really nice. But it's not like collectible. So my aim at the moment is to go and look for. I'm going to look for a collectible, a collectible teddy bear. Yeah. If I happen to get the 1902, imagine if maybe I happen to get one, like the one which was made by Maurice Malcolm, the first creation of a teddy bear by Maurice Malcolm. Maybe it's somewhere out there, obviously. It's somewhere lying out there. The first teddy bear made by Maurice Malcolm. After looking at the cartoon by Barrymore. Barrymore made the cartoon. Yeah, I think these things, if you go like in the museums and so on, I think even the cartoon is somewhere, somewhere over the mountains. The cartoon is somewhere over the mountain. And, most likely it should be maybe, I don't know. But it's somewhere, maybe it is in the archives. Oh, they call them archives. Yeah, the cartoon is in the archives. And maybe the first teddy bear is in the archives as well. And yeah, probably maybe one day when I visit Germany, I might look for the Steph teddy bear. The Steph teddy bear. So I love collectibles, and the only thing is I haven't found one. I'm still looking. I'm on a rampage looking for collectibles. So let's go to the chat. And Scully says, let's go start from here. Black people had said, still here supporting in background. Thank you so much, black people. And Scully Pop says, that's a great story. Yeah, I said, let me repeat it so that you hear about it. And the cable company said, we learn together. Yes, we learn together. which is awesome. And Scotty Pop says, great topic today. Yeah, so um, the main idea is decision making. What is your decision? What's the impact of your decision? And we hope whatever decision we make, uh, you and me, you know, you and me, I hope the decisions we make is going to have a positive impact on, on our like fellow men or family members and so on. So decision making is critical, you know. It is a critical thing, you know, like personal life is critical to personal life. Decision making is critical to like business. Decision making is critical to commercial enterprises. You know, in everything, decision making is critical. And someone also said, when I was just discussing with someone, they said, "Oh, decision making is also critical in like matters to do with like marriage, jobs, uh, buying of personal possessions. You know, yeah, it's like uh, on Thursday, on the 25th of December." We are going to have a festive season, a dinner. You know, yesterday I was talking about Christmas dinner. So, it's we need to make a decision. Which size of turkey are we going to buy? Are we going to buy like a small one or a large one or a medium sized one? So decision making is in everything, you know, in our day-to-day lives, you know. We are always, you know, like making decisions in our day-to-day lives, you know. And we are happy sometimes we make decisions which give like which bring like positivity, which have a positive impact to our fellow human beings, you know, which is awesome. If your decision brings like positivity, it is awesome. Just like what President Theodore Roosevelt did, his decision brought like a positive impact, you know, to the industrial like area or sector, industrial sector. So I hope you have enjoyed my looking at my teddy bears. So before I leave, I want to show you just have a glimpse of the teddy bears I do have. I have this little one, and I have this pink one. They call it a unicorn. It's pink, but it is also a stuffed like toy, you know. And I have the bunny. This one is a bunny. This one is a bunny. Yeah. So what I do is, if the family members don't like them, I'll just like keep them in a plastic bag free from dust, you know. So this one is like a Valentine one. They're really awesome. They're really beautiful, you know. And then we have another unicorn. This one is another unicorn. Really nice. Yeah. All these are stuffed, you know, they are stuffed there. It's really pretty. Look at that. It's like a bunny. Bunny. Yeah, this one. And we have another unicorn. This one. Yeah. Then we have this brown one. This is the second favorite. I like this brown one. But most of all, I like the Commonwealth one. This one. Because it's the biggest of them all. It's really nice. Look at that. It's very nice. It's big. So I hope you have enjoyed this deliberation today. And I'm really happy that I had people coming in to give me support and to just chat the night away and the afternoon away. I know in America they are still in afternoon, which is beautiful. So just a way as a way of giving my gratitude, I'm just going to read the names of the attendees. And please, guys, do remember to check on each other. And that's how we support each other and how we grow. Because the aim is to grow and, to maybe later on in a few years, we'll be having some enterprises, like what happened with the teddy bear industry. So let me just read the names of the people who have attended the live stream. We have Scully Pope with a beautiful channel as well. Just check on him. The cable company, Scully Pope, we're here. Black people, the chosen of God, was here to support Mary Z's recipes. And we also had, let me keep on checking. Who else was here? I'm just scrolling to find out. We had Yolanda Botha was here to support. Thank you, Yolanda, for coming over as well. We also had Lucy Warren was here. She also has a beautiful channel. Check on her. We had Arthur Ridiel was here to support us as well. Betty C was here as well. Check out on those people and connect to each other. It will be beautiful to do that. So we had Nicholas Lombardi. Hello, Nicholas. I don't know if I greeted him. I don't know what he was saying. Nicholas Lombardi. He was asking some questions. I don't know what he was saying there. We are really happy today. We had a beautiful discussion about the story of the teddy bear. So I hope you have really enjoyed this story of President Roosevelt, just giving, showing empathy and mercy to the bear. So thanks everybody for coming over, and my appreciation is just to say I am really grateful. See you tomorrow at the same time.